Petroleum marketers in the north are embarking on a 3-day warning protest beginning from Monday, the 5th of September. Well, this is in reaction to the non-payment of bridging claims by the Nigerian mainstream and downstream petroleum regulatory agency, which they say is in arrears of about 9 months' debt. Coming together under the aegis of the Northern Independent Petroleum Marketers Forum, the marketers say the protest will involve stopping dispatch of petroleum products from all the 9 NNPC, that's the NNPC depots in the north to various retail outlets for 3 days. The group also says the strike will not involve closing of petroleum stations. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency, however, says there are ongoing discussions with the forum to resolve the issues. And to shed more light on the issue, the Secretary of the Northern Independent Petroleum Marketers Forum, Zarman Mustapha, joins me now. Zarman, thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Barely a month, it's not even up to a month since residents of northern Nigeria, even here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, actually heaved a sigh of relief, even though we had to pay more for the products. There was scarcity for a long period of time. We're just barely coming out and now paying more. And now you have a 3-day warning strike starting tomorrow. Talk to us about why this has become necessary.
Well, it is unfortunate that this decision is being taken by our members, all because of the depth of bridging claims that has been lingering with the authority responsible for paying the bridging claims of independent marketers and all petroleum marketers across the nation. We have a backlog of about nothing less than 250 to 300 billion outstanding claims with the management of midstream, downstream regulatory authority. The forum has been engaging the authority as far back as 7 months ago. We have sat with the authority chief and the management several times, and we are made to understand that they themselves are saying they don't have enough money and they are only paying what they are able to get. We believe that money is a money that is in the petroleum sales template. And it is a money contributed by marketers while they are purchasing petroleum product with NNPC. NNPC collects that money of, before it was 10 naira, but on the 1st of June it was increased to 20 naira, which is called a bridging fund. Bridging fund. When that money is being paid to NNPC and supplies of products is being done to the marketers, NNPC is supposed to remit that 20 naira to the authority so that they will have enough funds to be settling the bridging claims. But unfortunately, here we are, the accumulation of the bridging claims went for as high as 9 months to 10 months, which is
quite unfortunate. And you know, 300 million naira, close to 300 million naira, going by what, billion naira,
yes,
being owed to northern marketers is quite troubling because it's enough to cripple any business. But one wonders, going by the statement that you have released and also from what we have found out here on Arise News from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency, negotiations are currently ongoing. Why not wait until these negotiations are done before, if your demands are not met, before embarking on a warning strike?
Well, the decision to go on withdrawal of service emanated from a meeting we had in Kano with all the representatives of the 9 depots in attendance on the 17th of August. It was in that meeting these resolutions was taken. And after the resolutions was taken, we wrote a letter addressed to all the relevant agencies, including the Minister of Petroleum, the GMD, Director General of Security Services, and the rest. As I'm talking to you right now, the authority in charge of that have received that letter as far back as 23rd of August. And up to today, no one has tried to engage us to see how best this warning strike is going to be abated.
They say there are ongoing discussions with your forum, speaking about the Northern Independent Petroleum Marketers. So what you're saying is that this is not true, that you're not having a conversation.
Not to our consent, not to our consent, not to our knowledge. Nobody has invited us.
Thank you for that clarification now. So what happens if in 3 days, you've given that warning, it starts from tomorrow, it's for 3 days, you're saying petrol stations, they have enough supply so people don't have to suffer. But we're wondering, what happens after that 3 days if eventually you're saying you're not even in negotiations, you're not having a conversation with the agency, speaking about the Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory agency. So what happens after that 3 days, after the warning strike, and your demands are not adhered to, and your 300 billion naira is not paid to you? What happens?
Our demands, I have not stated our demands. The demands we are having is for them to pay all the backlog of outstanding claims that is in their hands, because there is no anywhere you can be able to render service, even if we are doing it a service in the name of at least sacrificing for the nation to make sure petroleum product supply is available in nook and crannies of the country. The government should also know that all those efforts we are making, we are doing it with money. We have trucks we are servicing, we have drivers we are paying, we buy diesels, we pay our taxes, we pay financial services, and all those things are money. And there is no reason why they should allow bridging claims to be in arrears of as high as 9 months. Is not justifiable anywhere.
Right.
There is no anywhere you will make transportation business that you will carry a product from a particular place to the needed destination. You will not be paid cash.
So why is this particularly peculiar to the Northern Independent Petroleum Marketers Forum? Are others getting their bridging allowances from the NNPC?
It's not only peculiar to the Northern Independent Marketers
But the
Forum.
strike that you're calling for is by the Northern Independent.
All the marketers involved in bridging.
Right.
Across the nation.
Okay. So everyone is being owed. So I go back to that question I asked you now. So now your demands are clear. You've written to the agency in charge. So what happens after day 3 when, if, God forbid, your demands are not met? What happens?
In our letter, we have stated it's a warning strike. It's all in an effort to continue engaging the authorities to see how best we can be able to get an amicable solution to it.
Okay.
We are not going indefinitely. And this if they have engaged us within that 15 days or 14 days that we have given that letter, even the whole issue of the warning strike will have been abated. But nobody has spoken to us. Nobody has taken any measures to continue engaging us so that an amicable resolution is going to be adopted for the overall interest of the nation.
Absolutely. Overall interest of the nation and Nigerians, where businessmen have to be paid because there's expenses to be made, but also, you know, we have to find a middle ground so that way the Nigerians don't suffer. Because once the petroleum prices go up or there's a scarcity, the price of everything goes up. Inflation is at an all-time high as it stands right now. Just like
I said, it's unfortunate. It's not the wish of any independent marketer.
We hope and pray.
But we cannot also look at it, and we go out of business because of
being owed 9 months. Zarman Mustapha is the secretary of the Northern Independent Petroleum Marketers Forum. Thank you, Zarman, for being here in the studio.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.